Hi everyone, welcome. Hope everyone is doing really well. There I am. Okay. Hi everyone. My name's Tracy Bish. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Central Victoria, Australia. It is day 2 of my catalogue launch with Rachael Merrick, and we are both doing sketches from the Mini Catalogue using the Floral Delight Suite. Yeah, Floral Delight Suite, which is absolutely beautiful. So I'm gonna wait just a few minutes, maybe not even a minute, we'll just wait a minute and see if anyone pops on. So if you are popping on, or maybe you're watching the replay, please say hello, let me know where you're watching from. And yeah, I'm super excited. So yesterday was my first live, and we created these storybook moment tag and card from the sketches on page, is it 12 or 13? I can't really remember. Page 12. The Floral Delights suite is actually over quite a few pages. It goes from 33 all the way to 38, so lots and lots of pages there. And I'm going to go through that catalogue as well as the products, and then I'll show you the sketch that we're going to be creating today and the card and tag that we're going to be creating. So I'm not sure if anyone's going to pop on or not. Maybe they'll come in a little bit late, but we might get started because, you know, I've got a card and a tag to do, and hubby's waiting to start watching a TV show, so we won't keep him waiting. So let's pop the camera down. So I'll be live each day at 7 p.m. with a new sketch and new product from either this beautiful mini catalogue, which is available now. It's this one here, January to April. And we are going to be using celebration products as well, which is super fun. So this is the celebration catalogue. But let me show you the Floral Delights Suite. Starts on page 33. And there's so many great samples. I do love this catalogue. There are a ton of samples in the catalogues. So pretty. Love the yellow, which is always nice. We have the Delightful Wishes bundle. We've got the Tiny Bee trinkets and the Daffodil Delight 1/8 inch satin ribbon. And then there is 2 DSP packs. So one is the Floral Gingham Vellum, and the other one is the Floral Delight 12x12 DSP, which I'll show you in, you know, a little bit closer as well. And then page 36 shows you a little bit on how to use that die. Hi Rachel, how are you? And then we've got more beautiful samples with this gorgeous vellum and using the 2 dies together. Yes, yellow is always a happy colour. I agree. Yeah, so it goes through to page 37. Okay, so that's the suite that we're going to be using. Let me show you all of that suite a little bit closer up because it is gorgeous. Delightful Wishes is a photopolymer set, which means that it's that see-through stamps, which makes it very easy for placement. We've got 14 stamps in that. This wishing is really big, which I love, and then they've got a lot of little things that can go with the wishing. So you were here, you all the best, you a happy birthday, lots of love, and you well. So wishing you well. And then we've got a few floral images as well. You are going to see a lot of actual videos coming out with this because I've already created some great projects for it. And then we have the Delightful Wishes dies. In this one there are 19 dies. So let me show you those in a little bit more of a close-up. So we have the detailed and the matting for wishing. We've got some flowers, a little label die, a branch, and then lots of little flowers. And then this one cuts through and creates like a little see-through effect. So really, really pretty there. But 19 dies, 14 stamps in the set, and you can get this as a bundle and save yourself 10%. So this is a great way to purchase your stamps and dies is in the bundle and saving yourself some money. So that is the stamp set. Let me show you the vellum. Now this is floral and gingham vellum, 12 by 12. There are 6 sheets, 3 designs, and you get 2 each of the designs. Let me grab the three designs out because I have used a little bit of some of them already. We have blue check, which is so light and really, really pretty. Hi Marion, how are you? That's okay, you're not really that late. So pretty. Then we have the floral in, this is Pool Party Old Olive Daffodil Delight. This is a color scheme. And then we have the bright, fun yellow flowers. Daisies, I think that's what I'm going to call them anyway. So beautiful. 6 sheets of the vellum, 2 each of the designs. So that's the vellum. And then the DSP, which is called Floral Delight. There's 6 different designs and you get 2 each of the designs. So I'm going to show you the floral side first. So we have, this has got the Pool Party background, so a bit of blue in the background, so nice big flowers. These look like chrysanthemums to me, but they're probably something else, but really pretty big flowers that you can either die cut out or use as a background piece. We've got some spray of flowers, a little bit of moving all 3 different flowers together, so a bit of a mixed jumble. These ones here, which will work well with the die set, so you've got the branches and you've got these small flowers that you can die cut and add as extra layers to the DSP. And then this one's really great because whereas this one's got the yellow in the background, this has got a white background, a little bit of Pool Party splatter, and the small spray of flowers. And then on the opposite side we have some really great patterns. So there's this one, we've got a nice subtle dotted line one. We've got the gingham in Daffodil Delight, which is really pretty. I love this one. I think this is like that Hessian look, which is really, really great to use. We've got the same in the Old Olive, great texture, and another one with lots and lots of different little flowers. So that is the DSP in this suite. We have a gorgeous ribbon, which is the Daffodil Delight 1/8 inch satin ribbon. I really love these small, thin ribbons. I do struggle with big, thick ribbons, so the small ribbons just make it so much easier to add embellishments to your cards and projects, especially when they're really small. Oh, you called them daisies too. Awesome. Oh, you're watching on the TV, Rachel. That's something that I don't really like. At least you're not looking at my face anymore, I suppose. So yeah, really small 1/8 inch ribbon. I love that. And then the trinkets in this suite are adorable. So we've had bee trinkets before, but they were fairly decent in size, probably twice the size of these. These are super tiny, but I also love that they're super tiny. I can't even keep it straight on there. Hang on. Let's get it up. There we go. And in the pack, there are 40. So I've actually used quite a few, but we are going to be using some of them today. Okay, let me share with you the sketch for my designs on the Floral Delights Suite. It's these 2 here. So let me show you up close. I've gone, you know, very, very literal, which I think is always fun. Let me bring in my card. So this is the card here. This is the card I've come up with, and I love it. I think this is such a sweet card. Really, really pretty. We're using the vellum, we're using the DSP, we're using the stamps and dies. We've got 3 gorgeous little tiny bee elements on there, and we've also got that gorgeous ribbon. And then for our tag, let me bring that in. Here's my tag. Something a little bit different. The banner was just too small on a tag. I did have to do like a really big tag to be able to put anything on, so I've gone over the edge of the banner rather than being small, and you know, I think this has turned out really nice as well. So we're going to get started with the tag. Let's pop that down here. I do have my kit ready to go, and I think I'll put away a piece of my thick basic white. So I'm just going to grab that out. I do need some for my stamping, so that's okay. So to start off with, I have a piece of this beautiful DSP. It measures 2 inches by 3.5, and I've also got the same in Daffodil Delight. Now they're actually a little bit smaller than 2 inches, and that's because if you look at the sketch here, you've got this sort of design. Now I really wanted to try and keep as close to that design as possible. So I went through my punch stash and I found this one here, which is a retired punch from many years ago. I'm going to use that tonight. So, you know, you can use things that you have in your stash, which is always fun. And this is a 2-inch piece. So all I'm going to do is pop it through, make sure it goes to the end and punch through, and that gives me a perfect little tag for that. Now if you don't have this punch, and that's okay, you can just cut off the edges. So I'm just using the Daffodil Delight, popping it all the way through and squeezing. You can just cut the edges off and then put a hole punch through the center. That would work just fine as well. And there, how quick and easy is that tag to start with? Okay, so we have that. Let's bring in my piece of basic white. Now this is basic white thick. I'm also going to grab my wishing stamp. So let's get that out. And you know, you could put anything here. I've got wishing you a happy birthday, and then I've used these little insides of the flower to just create a couple of banner tags there. So I might as well grab that as well. I wanted to keep it nice and small so it would fill in the little banner, and all these stamps are actually quite big, so I was sort of a little bit stuck doing this tag. It was a little bit fun. So let's grab, I'm using Daffodil Delight ink for this. Oh, Rachel, you didn't get this DSP. You are going to have to get this DSP. It's really, really pretty. So I'm going to stamp my wishing first, and then we're going to use our die cuts to die cut that out. Oh yes, you could definitely put this straight onto a card as well. Absolutely. So I'm just going to stamp that down. So welcome everyone. I can see I've got a few on now. Nice to have you here. While we have this out, let's actually just stamp our sentiments as well. So I need the happy birthday. Oh. And how many people have something from this suite? Is this something that interests you, or is this suite just sort of too much floral? You've got enough floral, because I know, you know, I don't know about you, but I've certainly got a lot of florals in my kit, And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a little line going across that I'm going to fussy cut, well actually not fussy cut, I'm going to do a strip of for the banner. So I'm going to do 2 of those. And I'm keeping them fairly small. We just want a little extra added colour along. These are probably not even straight, but it'll work out. So just thinking, I think, yeah, 1/4 of an inch. So I can just cut that down. Could really be anything. Just gives it a little bit. And that looks good, doesn't it? Like just as a little bit of extra design. Okay. I'll get rid of that trimmer, but I'm going to bring my little die cut machine through. Actually, let's bring the big one in. That way I can share with you that I have new plates. It's really, really close, but we'll be quick. I need my wishing die. Hi Jill, how are you? Nice to have you here. Hopefully that didn't move. And in this die set, there's actually, this is like the matting piece. There's also a more detailed die that you can die cut as well and pop it over the top. You know what? It is a little bit fiddly, and because I'm doing a live, I thought we would do it that way. There is a stamp. It looks like it's been die cut and added together, so I think that will work just as well. Hi Nicole, how are you? How's the weather where everyone is? Because I tell you what, here in central Victoria, today has been absolutely awful. Not liking the weather at all. I know it's middle of summer, but very, very gross today actually. I'm going to add some dimensionals to my tag to pop it up a little bit, and it adheres them two together. I really like that idea. You can leave them so they, you know, move around. So it's sort of your preference, whatever you like. Hot in southeast Queensland, and you had storms yesterday. We had storms Sunday night, but we didn't really, it blew over us pretty quick, which I'm really happy about. That one's going to be showing, so let's just lift this one. But we have a big shed now, so our cars can go in and I don't have to worry about any weather. But it actually was very humid today, and humidity is not my thing. Oh, thank you, Nicole. What set did you get the tag dies from? Oh, okay. Jill, I actually, because of using the, I wanted to do literally very similar to the tag sketch here, which is this design here. I went through my stash and I found a retired punch. It's no longer available, but you know, if you're like me, you hang on to your supplies, but this could be easily cut as well with your paper trimmer. So I'm going to add some little liquid glue. Now this is not going to go all the way across, so I really just want to add from the S to the N, really. And could have used adhesive sheets as well. But I always think of those after the fact. So it just sticks over a little bit, but it'll be fine. And then I'm going to cut this down, each of these tags down, and I reckon about that much. I'm going to keep them all the same length, so I might as well do that here. I'll measure it. It's about 3 and 3 1/8. And we can do our little banner cuts. Now if you have a punch, it might be a little bit small, or you can just do this little trick, making your own banner cuts. And all you're doing is cutting into the center, and then you cut from each end to that center. Very easy way of banner cutting. Yeah, it's a great way to add an extra color in, or beef up your tag a little bit as well. Bring a coordinating color in by adding 2 tags together. I think one tag it doesn't look right. That's just my personal preference. So we have all those banner cut. And what I did here is I popped my happy birthday up, glued my next one down, and then popped this one up. And I'm thinking maybe I'll put my happy birthday in the middle, and that might look a little bit better. I think I'll go with that one. And for popping that up, all I did was I just cut down my dimensional edges, the bones of the dimensionals, and use those. So because we've changed our little orientation, I'm going to be stamping or popping up the pieces that we have stamped. And then happy birthday, I'm just going to layer straight down with some liquid glue. I love that we can use all our pieces with the dimensionals. Everything on the dimensional piece you can use. So it's very good value for money. Oh, Jill, you have a lot of retired items. Awesome. Yes. Yeah, punches is actually one of the things that I cannot get rid of. I don't know. There's just something about the punches. I really like having them in my stash. And then for our ribbon, I'm just going to get a little piece of that. I've folded it over, and I'm just going to place it through the hole. Like so. It's probably a little bit longer than it needed to be, but that's okay. And to finish this one off, let's bring in these gorgeous little tiny bee trinkets. And I'll use a mini glue dot for these ones. but because they're so tiny, take my pick tool and I'm just going to roll it around so it's in a nice little ball. Don't know how well you can see that. There you go. Pop it on one of the trinkets and then we're just going to place it straight down. Liquid glue would probably work as well. I just think the mini glue dots hold it so well, and you know it's not going to go anywhere straight away. So there is the first one, and that is the sketch. What do you guys think? There's 4 little banners. I've used the wishing as one of the banners and then added 3 extra banners. Okay, now we're going to do our card one now. Let's move these to the side. I have my kit ready to go, and I have already cut my DSP and the vellum just to save you guys some time. Last night I didn't do that, but the video went on for a little while, so we'll take a little bit less time hopefully tonight by having it all ready to go. So I have the basic white thick card base. This is half a piece of A4 scored and burnished in half. I've got a piece of basic white thick cardstock, and I can give you the measurements. It's 4 by 5 and 5/8. And then we have a piece of DSP, which is 4 by 5 and 5/8, which is exactly the same layer. I wanted to give that extra bit of stability with the DSP because we're going to pop this piece up. So we're going to have those two together. We have 3 pieces of, now you could use basic white regular cardstock. I've got basic white thick because this is vellum and I want to make sure that it's very well protected and nice and strong. And we're going to layer 3 pieces of vellum already over the top, so this is that gorgeous design. This measures 7/8 by 3 1/8, so we've got a nice little border all the way around for the card. And then I've got some, I've got the Floral Delight. Let's see if you can see that. So instead of stamping my wishing, I've actually layered the two together. So this is a little bit more time consuming and a little fiddly because you've got these little eyes that you've got to make sure we keep hold of. I've got the matting piece for that in basic white thick, and we're also going to die cut that little label. So we're going to do our die cutting first, and then we can come back in and do, this actually goes together really fast once you've got all these elements done. So Daffodil Delight, let's grab that detailed wishing die. And we'll pop this one through. Oh, Nicole, yeah, the trinkets they're a lot smaller than I thought they were going to be. I just need to make sure that I keep my little dots, so let me do that. A lot smaller than I thought they were going to be, but I love them. I think sometimes little things are so much more prettier. And I think I've still got a few of the bigger bee embellishments as well. So I don't know if you can see that. Look how tiny that is. It's super thin, so you want to be very, very careful as you're taking that off so you don't break it. Also want to make sure that you keep your little dots. With my sample here, I did lose one of my dots, and funny thing is I used my Stampin' Write marker to draw a dot. So if that happens, if you lose your little dot and you don't want to do another run through with your machine, grab your Stampin' Write marker out and use that. because that works just as well. Okay, so I need the non-detailed one, the one that sort of mats around it. And while we're here, I'm going to grab that little label die as well. I'm going to pop this one through. Oh, what did everyone have for dinner? I see dinner talk. Knowing me, that's exactly what I see. Food. We just actually had, it's like a fajita, but with rice in a bowl. It was really, really nice. Chicken fajitas. So this is nice and thick. Like I said, you could just use this die and use the stamp and stamp the inside. Or you end up with this one, which is super delicate. Again, if you use your adhesive sheets, that would make easy work of it as well. Okay, so we've got that. I'm going to add some liquid glue to that now, because I'll probably end up with liquid glue everywhere. So probably a good idea to get it to dry for a few minutes. Nicole's thinking about making shepherd's pie. Yum. Way too hot for shepherd's pie here at the moment though, Nicole. Are you having cooler weather? And if so, I'm moving to Perth. Marion says pizza. Pizza for her, sausage and veg for hubby. It's always interesting what people eat for dinner. I always ask my mum and dad what they're having for tea every day. So now we're going to I'm going to do this very carefully, adding each letter at one time, because it can be bent out of shape a little bit because it's so thin. And I do have there we go. Okay, so I do have my little dots for the eyes. Let's add those. And look how tiny they are. Like, honestly, you probably can't even see that. So I think doing, you know, a little dot with your Stampin' Write marker is a good idea. This is a card for a special person because I don't know whether I'd be doing that to a ton of cards. But look how good it looks. Really stands out. You choose your different colors and it'd definitely look really good. We have a little label die here. I'm going to grab the happy birthday. And we're going to stamp that with the Daffodil Delight. Now I just noticed I've used both the same sentiments for both projects. That was a little bit silly of me. I can say that I have some projects using this suite and I do use other sentiments for the other projects. So just know I am using more than Happy Birthday, but Happy Birthday is one of those ones that, you know, you need a lot of. So hence why that sort of happens that way. So we've got that, bring that card in. Let's bring in my other pieces. So I'm going to just take my card base out for a minute. We want to do everything on this first because we're going to add our ribbon before we add this down to the card base. So this is just the easiest way to do. I have a love-hate with this, but I've found that using the Seal Plus for vellum means that it doesn't show through so much. So this is my tip for you, is touching vellum down to DSP. The Seal Plus works really well. There is another way, and I have shown you on videos before, using the silicone mat and a sponge and using liquid glue. And this is my love-hate because I don't usually get this to come out perfectly. So I've just added a few little dots on the vellum. And there you go, you do not see the adhesive come through, which is awesome. And this is really strong stuff. So it's sort of like you don't want to use too much. I have a video where I've used this and I think I spent more time rolling it than actually using it. It's coming out really soon. So like I said, it's a love-hate. I'm sure there's a little trick to it. I have not worked it completely out yet. I think I am a little bit better at it than I have been previously. If you guys remember Fast Fuse, which was the little black case, that used to, it was a little bit different. This one you had to sort of tick it off to break it, and I think that's what I'm still trying to do. I think that's what I do wrong. So we have all our little layers together of basic white thick and the vellum. So they're all down. I'm going to pop these ones up with dimensionals, so let's grab those out. Oh, absolutely, Marion, stick your fingers all the time with liquid glue. I almost need maybe a sink in my craft room. That'd be smart. Yeah, the dye is absolutely gorgeous, Nicole. A little bit of extra work, but honestly, it's so pretty, and you can definitely tell the difference, I think. Well, in real life, you can definitely tell the difference with the extra dimension of the two layers. But that is, you know, for a quick and easy project, that will work as well. Just stamping straight down on your die cut. That's pretty paper. This is gorgeous paper. So we're just going to layer these two up. They're both the same, giving extra stability. Something like that. And then I'm going to add these down. Make sure that they're fairly even. That's good. Oh, thanks, Nicole. I think it'll be interesting. I would say Stampin' Up will probably do another on stage over Perth really soon, which will be awesome. Maren and I went over to Perth quite a few years ago, and that was great. There we go. Okay, so we've got our 3 layers down. I'm also going to add my wishing, so just adding a little bit of liquid glue around that die cut. Again, I could have die cut both of them with adhesive sheets. That would work. I think I need to get my adhesive sheets out of my cupboard because I always forget about them. I'm just going to pop my acrylic block over the top. That's going to help keep that down nice and strong. And then a little label. I'm going to pop in and underneath. Okay. Wow. We let that just dry really quickly. I do want to grab my ribbon. We're going to do the cheats method. We're going to add the ribbon to the back of the card, or this card front, and for that I'm going to use my tear and tape. This way you're not wasting your ribbon, and it's actually a really easy technique. So I've just folded it over. I'm going to stick that down with some tear and tape. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Like so. Pop that back down over the top, and I'm going to take this 1/8 ribbon and just create a nice little bow. So try and keep it without a kink in it. That's really pretty. So it doesn't have to be a big one. This is actually a little bit smaller than my sample, which is fine. And we're going to use a little mini glue dot for that one. So again, it's really quite tiny. So I'm going to roll that up. And place him down. Now, just like yesterday or last night, Rachel has a video on her YouTube channel as well. It is linked in the description of my video. I was a little late adding that. I thought I'd added it previously, and I honestly must have completely forgot. So I added it a little bit later last night. So I do apologize. I did say that it was there and it wasn't. It is there now, so go over and check that out because her projects for yesterday were gorgeous. And make sure you like, subscribe, leave her a comment, all those good things. This one's going to be popped up with some dimensionals, and I am going to take off this backing. And also, if you're watching here, I would love it if you gave me a thumbs up. Whether you're watching the live or the replay, please say hello. And yeah, share the video. Share the video with your friends and family. Make sure that if they're enjoying the new mini catalogue and they want to see some new projects, tell them to come along and watch every day. Rachel has projects, I've got projects, so lots and lots of inspiration this week. Whoops, sorry, my husband's in the kitchen. And not only are you going to see the new products, but you're also going to see some great ways to use sketches and find inspiration. And that's in page 12 or 13 of the catalogue. So let's pop that down. This is a open top card. And 3 little trinkets. So, more rolling of the mini glue dots. I really don't think that the temperature's going down at all. What are we, almost 7:45 and it's hot. I haven't watered my gardens yet because it's just been too hot in the sun. Hopefully the sun's starting to go down, so I'll be able to go out and water the plants. So we're going to pop 3 of these little tiny bee trinkets down. I think I'm going to have to get another packet of these. Who knows, I might run out of something instead of hoarding it. So cute. Let's look at that one up close. Lots of yellow, lots of fun. Great little birthday card. Florally and yeah, soft and sweet. So let's have a look at that sketch again. I think that's a pretty good sketch. Great fun. Yeah, roll your glue dots. You don't want them sticking out from the edges, and you know, it sometimes can give a little bit of a pop-up effect as well, like a dimensional, which is great. Oh, thanks Rachel. Thanks Nicole. Mara and Judith. Go spare over that yellow. Yeah, our friend Judith doesn't like yellow, so maybe that's her next birthday card. I think we're getting her around to the yellow though. You never know. There we have it. Love that. So I'll bring those in again. Now we'll be back, or I'll be back live tomorrow, 7 p.m. with another sketch, another lot of new products, which is super fun. I hope that you've enjoyed today's sketches and the products. This is the Floral Delight Suite, available now in my online store. And if you live in Australia and you're looking to purchase, this is my online store. Use the host code for this month, and for your order you'll get a couple of thank you gifts. The first one will be the Simple Sweet Stampers tutorial bundle, which is actually the Wildflower Birthday Suite, which is also in the new catalogue. You'll love this bundle. 12 amazing cards using that bundle. If you spend over $65, you will also get the monthly tutorial bundle. And if you spend over $100, you can choose a free item out of the Celebration catalogue. So now's the time to sort of grab and stock up either with new products, or maybe you need cardstock or adhesives, all those goodies, and grab some free products with the Celebration brochure, which is on till the 28th of February. All right, thank you so much everyone. I really appreciate you coming on and giving me a little bit of time tonight. I hope you've enjoyed the projects, and I hope to see you back here at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, enjoy your night. Bye bye.